So the latest rumor out there, Rosie, it seems like on a daily, the Leafs are being linked to a guy who used to play for Brad Treliving. The next being Dougie Hamilton, who's currently with the New Jersey Devils. It sounds like his name is out there. At least New Jersey will pick up the phone. I never know what that means, pick up the phone. Like, if I call you and Jack Hughes, are you going to pick up the phone or just like ghost me like half the percent of the population does? But they're willing to listen on Dougie Hamilton, a right-handed shooting defenseman. He's 32. Oh, look, he's from Toronto. The thing that does scare me, I won't lie, 3 years left at $9 million per season. But again, there's the familiarity with Brad Treliving. Are you interested, Rosie?
Like, great player, but not even remotely interested. Like, what are we doing? And like, are these rumors, even the real like top insider guys get it completely wrong? I'm seeing these no name idiot accounts that tweet the weirdest stuff in the world. And like, is that what we're going off? But I do understand, like, I've seen it a few different times. Why would you add a $9 million defenseman after watching the playoffs the last 10 years? Like, I don't get it. And you just lost Mitch Marner. So you're going to replace him with another good D-man? I don't get it. I've liked the way that Brad has got some cap space in his pocket, and he's being patient with what's happening in the hopes of getting another top six forward. That's what this team needs. Like, am I out to lunch on this? Like, you get a $9 million defenseman and you go into a playoff series tomorrow. How are they going to score goals, man? That's their problem in the playoffs.
I will say this, and Mr. P-Mail Bacon put it perfectly, better be a shit ton of retention. In my world, there is a pathway where this makes a lot of sense. How long have the Maple Leafs been searching for a right-handed shooting defenseman to run a power play? For my money, one of the best power play quarterbacks in the NHL is Dougie Hamilton. Can he play defense? I mean, jury's still out. I think that's the only way. There's a couple reasons why there is potential from my standpoint to make a deal like this. I do think he fits. Number one would be Morgan Rielly. Like, you're not bringing in Dougie Hamilton and putting him on a pairing with Morgan Rielly. The only way you make this deal is if you get confirmation from Rielly's camp to suggest, yeah, I'm willing to move on. If you can move Morgan Rielly and bring in Dougie Hamilton, then it makes more sense, because I think a right-handed shooting guy running a power play, I think it'd be a perfect fit, but easier said than done. And then number two, the $9 million cap hit, I'm not really interested in. I guess it depends on how motivated the Devils are to make a deal involving Hamilton. I would need some retention. Like, if I get him, for example, at $7 million per season, I'm probably in. But there's like, that's the way I view it.
So you think any team in the world is going to switch Dougie Hamilton for Morgan Rielly and also eat $2 million so that they get Morgan Rielly for $9 million and give up Dougie Hamilton?
No, I'm not even suggesting that the Devils and Leafs hook up on a trade. Like, I don't think Morgan Rielly would go to New Jersey. I don't know that, for example, like off by hand, but I'm not saying like there's a linear path there. I'm saying if you can move Morgan Rielly and bring in Dougie Hamilton, not in the same trade though, you know,
I'd be all about that too. Yeah. I haven't seen the rumors, link Morgan with the trade, so I get what you're saying, but we've talked about Morgan Rielly ad nauseum throughout, free agency and leading up to it. And who's like, why do we want him off the team right now? Well, because he makes too much money and his production isn't very good and he's kind of headed in the wrong direction. Who wants that? Like, he makes $7.5 million. Like, you better be a stud out there. And you know what? Maybe in some faraway perfect dream world, some team would be like, you know what? We think he's going to be better. We think he's going to explode when he comes here. We think he's exactly what we need. We think he's in a rut in Toronto and he needs to get out of there. And we're going to have him flourish here. I guess that would be amazing. But I'll believe it when I see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but to get a Dougie Hamilton with retained value, like to have Doug Hamilton at $7 million and to have Morgan Rielly move on, like, would you even get anything back for Morgan Rielly, or would someone just take him from you? Like, that's, no one's going to give anything up, would they? It would be a blessing just to take him off if you were to get a Dougie Hamilton. I don't know. I don't see this being more than rumors at this point in time, but without moving Morgan Rielly, it's absolutely not on Dougie Hamilton for me.
I think this offseason in general in the NHL has been a dud. We expected way more activity even this week, and nothing has really happened outside of maybe a pretty decently size trade involving 2 prospects yesterday, Isaac Howard and then Sam O'Reilly going to Tampa, and Edmonton gets a prospect that can play right now. But I think there's going to be a lot of teams, especially the lower end teams, trying to get to the cap floor. And so I think a guy like Riley would make a lot of sense. But again, you'd have to get in that conversation. He's got a full no move. Hey, do you want to move? And if you do want to move, he's probably want to pinpoint where he wants to go. But that's the only pathway. When I saw this come out, I'm like, the only way it would make sense if you swap out Riley and then add a Dougie Hamilton. I wouldn't say that a trade that the Devils would be interested to begin with Riley in there, but I could see what they're thinking. But it feels like every day the Leafs are linked to a new player who played for Brad Treliving. Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long-form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.